Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
My family, peace to y'all. How's everyone doing this soon to be cold Thursday night, soon to be cold Friday and Saturday here in Atlanta? Guys, I don't like the cold weather. Like, I cannot stand the cold weather at all. I can't stand it. I am a 2-season guy. That summer, and we'll do it's weird. It's kind of like a mix. I like spring a little bit. I like early fall, and I like summer, but winter and late fall, y'all can have it. But hey, I want to give a special shout out to Shandeezy from the Heezy. So Shandeezy got me she had a quilt made for me out of the Sierra Leonean flag. And it comes in handy. Like, I've been using it the last 2 nights. Shandeezy went to Zanzibar with me last year. And I've been using this quilt for the last 2 nights. And it's just, it's come in handy here in Atlanta because it gets cold. And I got a big old house, man, and it's hard to keep this house warm. So, yeah, shout out to Shandeezy. Shandeezy, your quilt, whoever made this quilt, tell them I said thank you. And, of course, thank you for getting me this quilt. I'll show you guys the quilt. Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll cut the camera on. I'll cut the camera on. I haven't made my bed up, y'all. I haven't made my bed up. I'm in my bedroom. But you know what? Let me cut the camera on. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I don't have my camera plugged up. Tomorrow I'll show you how to quilt tomorrow, okay? And shout out to Shandeezy from the Heezy. It's got a couple of announcements. Announcement number 1, we're rolling to Cape Town in March. Come on, Dinus. March 25th through April 2nd. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. March 25th through April 2nd. We're rolling to Cape Town for the Cape Town Jazz Festival. Then we're rolling to Sierra Leone for Independence Day celebration. That's going to be April 19th to the 28th. Then after that, we're going to Senegal in May for the Jazz Festival. That is let me pull up the site real quick, guys. Let me just do it that way. So Cape Town is March 25th through April 2nd. We're doing Oshun Festival August 2nd through 11th. Then we got Accra and Abidjan November 8th to the November 19th. And then we're doing the Jazz Festival May 9th through the 18th. So If you are interested, and we're doing Sierra Leone, I'm gonna add Sierra Leone to the schedule, to the site here shortly, and that's gonna be in April. So if you are interested in joining us, please visit Africa. Again, please visit Africa. We will love to host you all. Again, please visit Africa. We will love to host you all. And again, hit that like button. If you're watching, if you're not a subscriber, join the family. Again, please join the family, okay? Again, please join the family. We'll love to have you guys, love to host you guys. Again, please join the family, okay? Don't be a stranger. Do not be a stranger, okay? Okay. Let's jump into today's topic. I don't know if you guys don't know, there was I don't know if it would be considered an attempted coup, another attempted coup in Niger, one of the AES countries. Somebody texted me late last night, hey, there's bombs over Niamey. Am I saying it right? Niamey. Bombs over, instead of bombs over Baghdad, it's bombs over Niamey. But the coup plotters, they were taken out, and everything is back to normal in Niger. So let's jump right into it. Let's jump into it.
Shifting our focus now, heavy gunfire and explosions rocked Niger's capital, Niamey. The explosions were heard near the international airport. The cause of the shooting remains unclear, and there is no official word on the casualties yet. But residents living near Diori Hamani International Airport reported bursts of heavy gunfire and loud explosions shortly after midnight. The shooting reportedly lasted for roughly 2 hours.
Fair use, you guys. Fair use.
Returned to the area. The airport houses a key Air Force base and is located about 10 kilometers from Niger's presidential palace. The airport is also the headquarters of a joint military force formed by Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali to fight jihadist groups operating across the Sahel. In neighboring Nigeria, at least 9 soldiers have been killed and more than a dozen are missing, following a deadly ambush by IS-linked jihadists in the country's northeast. According to military sources, fighters from the Islamic State West Africa province, also known as...
Well, it had to be a terrible planned. So you're saying it's not a coup, they were trying to steal the uranium. Well, it had to be terribly planned. I'm pretty sure that area is well secured, especially the uranium. So they're trying to steal the uranium, and it had to be terribly planned. I don't know. Just like the last recent coup in Benin, I don't know what these folks be thinking sometimes. Yeah, it's stabilized now, which is good. But I was concerned.
ISWAP ambushed a patrol of Nigerian soldiers in the Borno state near the border with Niger. According to the UN, insurgency in Nigeria has killed more than 40,000 people and displaced around 2 million since 2009.
I think they're confusing Nigeria with Nigeria. Yeah, I think they were confusing Nigeria with Niger. Yeah. But I'm good. I'm happy. Everything is back under control. They're trying to steal the uranium. I'm guessing they didn't get the uranium. I'm assuming they didn't get the uranium. But how do you steal the uranium? Like, how's that work? So they were going to get the uranium and fly it away, or put it in the back of their put the uranium on the back of their KKs or Okadas? Like, how does that work? How do you steal uranium from an airport? Why don't Black and Sudanese Muslims go and fight in the Saudis, UAE, and countries like that? What do you mean go and fight in the Saudis? Like, fight these Saudis in UAE? Is that what you mean? That what you mean? They're all dying, or they are dying to replicate Togo or Cameroon. Who's I don't understand your point. But guys, I'm gonna put the link in the chat room. I'm gonna put the link in the chat room. Also, what are your thoughts on Burkina Faso dissolving all of the all the competing political parties? What are your thoughts on that? All the opposition parties in Burkina Faso were dissolved. What are your thoughts on that? Oh, wow. The application period is February 2nd to 2nd. I mean, February 2nd to 6th. Hey, Kuala Legends, do me a favor. Put the link in the chat room if you can about that. About the Ghanaian citizenship. Put the link in the chat room. No, that's good news. That's good news. But guys, links in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the convo, please click on the link and call in. Again, if you want to call in after the convo, please click on the link. But yeah, but all the opposition parties were pretty much ended by Captain Traore, Ibrahim Traore. Now, are we on a path? Are we on a path to dictatorship? Like, how can we have a fair election if all the opposition parties, you get rid of them and they're banned? Is Burkina Faso slowly turning into an authoritarian system? That's my question. Well, Captain Ibrahim Traore said that, you know, he wanted to have a fair election. So this is the problem. All right, I'm gonna push back a little bit. Don't call me a coon. All right, don't call me a coon or a sellout. Ibrahim Traore said that he was going to have fair elections. Then they canceled the fair elections because the people of Burkina Faso wanted him to stay in power. Now they're getting rid of the opposition parties. So will there ever be a fair election? And if not, just say it. Just say, hey, listen, we're taking this thing over. Ain't gonna be no elections. We run in Burkina Faso. If that's the case, that's the case. Just say it. Africa, go ahead.
Yeah, greet you, Dinus, and everyone in the chat. And I hope the body fine.
Body fine.
The body fine. Okay, thank God, thank you. Yeah, you did ask a question if they managed to grab those, materials that they obviously came for in Niger Republic, in Niamey. I don't think they did. But there was few intelligence of Russian, carriers. These carriers are capable of carrying tons of, materials sighted landing in Niger, because this thing is at the airport. And also there was a Russian cargo that was spotted in Togo. It was there for days before this thing happened. And don't forget the European Union was also in Niger Republic, trying to renegotiate with them. So God knows. And also America got some tiny bit of presence in Nigeria. So you don't know what's cooking. But they failed. They got repelled.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And these brothers need to be protected. I'm not really a big fan of military rulers, but the way things are going, the way these bullies are going around bullying people, we need to have our old ancestral spirit back in West Africa, to show them we cannot be bullied around. You can't force these guys to sell you something that they don't want to sell to you.
All right.
You can't do it.
How do you feel about the in Burkina Faso, them getting rid of the opposition parties?
I disagree with that. You know, I don't think this guy
Hey,
should
hey,
be.
listen, I knew Brandon was coming. I knew Brandon was coming. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna pass it to Brandon. Go ahead. I'm gonna pass it to Brandon.
Yeah, I disagree with doing that. I mean, I'll give a good example. The one in Guinea, he did not do that. He had about so many oppositions running after him, running against him, and also he had a woman as a candidate in a political party. You know, he let people think he was bullying this a little bit, but he didn't. He actually came to power like what Traore did. He did lay the groundwork, do the construction, do what he's supposed to do. And I think he actually managed to achieve more than what Burkina Faso managed to achieve. But he's not on social media boasting. That's the only two difference. And he have actually gave the people like a referendum. Say, look, I've been here so many years. This is what I've done. Hire me or fire me. And the majority of the people voted him in. And that's what Traore should do. He shouldn't do that. He shouldn't get rid of this opposition because this is going to create more issues for him. But maybe there's another reason why, because he's probably feeling insecure. And when leaders do that, they don't feel secure. But we all know why he's not secure, because there's so many coups attempts. So that might be the reason why he's getting rid of them, because maybe the West is trying to use the opposition to try and get rid of him. Well, I think it's wrong.
Let me pass it to Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon. First, let me read this super chat. Thank you for the $10 holla. Yeah. Whoo. All right, go ahead, Brandon. Brandon, mute yourself.
No, I'm here. All right. So I had to make sure I gave you the good camera and everything for this one, bro. Like, let's be real, right? This is a characteristic of West Africa, Dynasty. That's just what it is. Let's be real. This is not something that's unique. This is not something that's new. No matter what these Africans keep telling you, how much they try to keep presenting this as something special. Oh, this is going to be different. It's going to be different this time. It's all an absolute lie, Dynasty. These people know, these Africans in West Africa, they know exactly what's going to happen. They literally want this type of stuff to happen because, like Black people all over the world, they have become the permanent international victim class. At this point, being a victim is more of a benefit to Africans than actually personal responsibility. Real quick, if you will bear with me, I had somebody who sent me a email today, right? And this dude is a very knowledgeable brother. He's from West Africa. And he sent this to me. He said, Bobby Wine, the guy over there in Uganda, he's he's taunting the current general or whatever, who's like the son of the president or something like that. Yeah. So he says, just look at this MF that currently sits as the head of state in Gambia. In the Gambia, President Adama Barrow, he and his entire family had to get out of Dodge due to the president at the time, Jammeh, hunting him down due to the fact that he was putting pressure on Jammeh to have free elections. Barrow promised the people he would bring democracy to Gambia. And in no short time, once he overthrew Jammeh, Barrow did what African leaders do best: jail the opposition leader, shut down social media the week before elections, and rig the elections. Then right across the Gambia River in Senegal, that country likes to fight. They were going through the same thing with this Abdoulaye Wade guy, right? Who spent all these years suffering because he was trying to convince the leader at that time to have free and fair elections, right? Well, Wade, he ends up becoming the leader of Senegal.
Abdoulaye Wade. Always.
I don't give a damn about this name. I'm just telling you. I don't care about dictators' pronunciation. He fought for free and fair Senegal. Soon as he got in power, what did he do? Became a dictator. Macky Sall, same thing. The guy Macky Sall fought him. And then was like, oh, it needs to be free and fair. Soon as bro got in charge, what did he do, Dynasty? Became a dictator. This is a
but they still ended up having elections, even with Macky Sall trying to delay.
But the point that he tried to do it, right? This is what's going on. There's another guy, Alassane Ouattara. This guy dealt with all types of
in Ivory Coast.
In Ivory Coast. He dealt with all types of hell for 25 years fighting for free democracy, right? Soon as the dude got in charge, became one of the worst tyrants in the history of Ivory Coast, right? So this is why I knew that we know where trade.
Brandon, sorry, Brandon, you missed one. Alpha Condé in Guinea. He tried the same thing. Right. Alpha Condé in Guinea. Yeah.
Right. So we knew where Traore was going. And I don't know why black people operate like willing idiots. Oh, it's going to be different. We didn't know. We knew, Dynasty. We knew. Did you remember when I was criticizing Traore? What did I say? I said, I'll give him slack. And we're going to see if he does these elections, right? Now, there is no election. There's not even the possibility of an election because there's no opposition. He didn't jail his opposition. He simply dissolved it. He said, look, this is no longer valid. So let's say the opposition was democratically elected at some point. All those people who supported these people, their vote, in their opinion, no longer matters. He didn't go to the people. The people didn't say, oh, yeah, dissolve the opposition. And then he keeps hiding behind the youth, Dynasty. Look at every messed up transition for any country in history. Do you know who led that transition? The youth, because you're dealing with the most hyper emotional element of your society. A bunch of kids who sitting up, don't really know what is what. Most of them don't have the attention span to really do the research. They're going off of the stories told to them by their grandpas and grandmas and whatever, and they're just going out acting up and basically intimidating people into going along with what they're trying to do. Traore always has been a dictator, Dynasty. He didn't descend into dictatorship. He's always been a dictator. Why is there no opposition? How can you have elections and prove that you are truly the one the people want if there's no one else who could run against you? We're assuming that a dude who's a military general or captain now all of a sudden is the most intelligent person in Burkina Faso who knows all the answers to fix everything, yet he has yet to fix anything. He just took control of all the means of production, and we don't even know the real numbers for what's being produced there. Just a bunch of folklore and mythology from a bunch of people who are just kissing his tip for no real reason other than to make themselves feel good.
All right, let me pass it to Skywalker. Go ahead, Skywalker.
Hey, greetings to the panel. I just want to say, Brandon makes some good points, but I'm gonna have to fight back, against him a little bit, because here I think he's making the presumption that democracy works for Africa. Democracy, in my opinion, a democracy is the perfect government for corruption.
He promised democratic elections.
Hold on, Brandon.
He promised democratic elections. If you're going to argue,
Brandon, let him finish.
Let me finish.
Let him finish, bro.
Let me finish, bro.
Let him finish. All right,
Brandon. We got a Brandon. Now, like Skywalker, Brandon has a point. He did promise democratic elections.
Hey, look, you know what? He's right.
Brandon, hold on. Let him finish.
I said Brandon made some good points. I'm not. You know what I'm saying he made some good points. He promised democracy, but maybe democracy in African eyes don't look like Western democracy. In my opinion, a democracy, especially in Africa, democracy has worked for America. It's worked for Europe because they have a checks and balances system. Yada yada yada. They got their own culture, right? Here, if you ask me, Traore, what Traore is doing is introducing a new form of African democracy, a democracy that's ruled by a warrior class. And in my opinion, a people who has been brutalized the way that Black people have been brutalized. We don't need a democracy that mirrors a Western democracy. We need a democracy that, like the one that we're seeing, one that's ruled by a warrior class, people who don't play around. And if you hold on, bro, let me finish, bro. Hey, yo, Brad, you too emotional, bro. Damn, let me finish the. Let me finish the point, then you can make your point, bro.
Bro, let him finish.
Bro, I got
Let me finish the point.
other people I got to pass the mic to. Go ahead,
Exactly,
Skywalker.
bro. Let me finish making my point, and then you're gonna make me
All right,
lose what I was saying, bro.
You got 45 seconds, Skywalker. I got to pass the mic. 45
Well,
seconds.
I just got on, Dynasty. I mean, he's been interrupting me the whole time.
There are 6 people waiting, Skywalker. 45 seconds. You can make the point. Go ahead.
Okay. So, but anyway, we need a democracy with a warrior class. The democracies in by Africa having these democracies that mirror European democracies, those democracies are perfect governments for corruption. Democracy invites corruption. That's one of the things it does. And so what Traore is doing, he might not have a democracy in terms of the way the government is set up, but the things that he is doing is democratic. He's giving all of the military weapons and all of the hardware to the people and letting them build their countries up. And so, like, I mean, to expect an African country to mirror a European democracy, in my opinion, is a misunderstanding of political science. A democracy doesn't have to have a constitution. It doesn't have to have a legislature. We can have different kinds of democracies. And I'll yield there, and we can come back.
All right, Amar, go ahead, Amar.
Hey, this guy doesn't even know what the meaning of
Hello, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Good, go ahead.
How y'all doing?
Good, go ahead.
Yeah, we're good, brother.
Okay, to
democracy means the government by people.
Damn, bro.
To understand,
let Amara speak.
To understand what's government's benefits West Africa is to have lived in West Africa, to have seen how the Europeans and America and the whole Western world has influence. This democracy is a backdoor for them to have influence over the governments. You see, when you have, there are 2 types of dictatorships. You have a one that works for the people and one that's bad. You see, when you want to get on the good side, the ideas, I don't know if Traore is going to complete his goals. But the ideas he has, these 3 guys have, are the ideas. I don't know if it's talk or there's going to be results at the end of the day. But that's a good democracy where the resources go to the people. If you oversee that and make sure the people, the wealth of the country, the resources go directly to improving the people's lives, and they're wealthy and they have access to everything they're supposed to have, then that's a good dictatorship. But most of the time, these Europeans and Western people always want to use democracy, so they get you to sign up a whole bunch of agreements where the different conditionalities. You see, for example, when United States Zimbabwe took the land away from the whites, what the United States do? Sanctions. If you want to be a sanction-proof economy, you have to have what is called sustainability. Everything, try to get the key things manufactured within your country. You see what I'm saying? You're not wanting for anything. You know, and Burkina Faso, West Africa, where we live, gold is the thing to turn to now, because the dollar is dropping, because Donald Trump did that because he raised tariffs. He wants the dollar to be cheap.
This dude's in the weeds at this point.
Well, hold on, but brother, let him finish. You got 20.
Can I finish? Man, who's that?
Go ahead, Lamar. Just go.
I'm telling you why democracies are a backdoor. That's why they emphasize on democracy, these Western governments, so they could tie you into a lot of agreements. If you break all those agreements and you do things for yourself and you're self-dependable and your economies are sanction-proofed, then you win.
Tell us the benefit of what he's doing. Tell us the benefit of what he's doing.
Bro,
Forget trying to
finish.
Brandon, Amar, you got 30 seconds.
Brandon, you never lived in West Africa. I grew up there, bro.
Amar, you can answer the question or not. You got 30
that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying the way to go is the goals they got. If they stick with their goals, first, and don't and get away from all these organizations and all these agreements and really work on behalf of the people, then that dictatorship is good.
Okay, let me pass
But
the mic. I gotta
that's
pass
what I'm
the mic.
trying
I
to
gotta
say.
pass the mic. Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right, appreciate it, Dynasty. I'll try to be quick. I know we got a lot of people, man. I hope nobody will interrupt me on this, but let me get to the points. Um, I think that the reason behind dissolving the opposition parties was obviously because he sees them as a threat to progress for himself. And he's trying to build a nation based off of a more local, traditional African model. And, some of the other people who were doing nation building early on in their process would mention how uh, you can't always, afford the luxury of democracy during nation building sometimes, especially in a day and age where it's a lot of influence that comes from foreign leaders and from foreign countries that can influence during a delicate process. I think that what he's trying to do, and we'll see what it comes out to be, but I think that he's trying to lay down a foundation that's based off of, these ideals from the three countries that have initially started the process, for the Sahel nations. And then once that's like comfortably designed, then they'll have parties that are like legally sanctioned by the government, how they do in countries like China, for example. I know it's a bad example everybody like to look at, but the truth is she's the president of China. And they have just a lot more of a complicated system, but it works for their people clearly. Same thing with Vladimir Putin, right? He got approval from his Congress, from his parliament. Same thing with Bibi Netanyahu. They got approval from their parliament for the actions they take in the military. So it's not really a dictatorship in the way that we see it, and it's yet to be seen what his motives were or his purpose or where he's going with that. So um, I think that he's trying to basically have a foundation, maybe a constitution. We'll see, but something that could that's designed to withstand corruption, basically. And hopefully, once they all have that ideal let out, then we could have parties that could build upon that. Kind of like how we in the United States have parties that decide that we don't want to be, communist, and like have a dictatorship. We have a lot of checks and balances. He's probably looking for a system unique to his situation that could work to make sure that they have the checks and balances. But it's yet to be seen.
Exactly.
All right,
A
all right,
democracy.
all right.
Can I go?
No, it's City's turn. Go ahead, City.
Hey,
Did you
Donnie.
skip me?
No, Delroy, I'm going to order. You're next after City.
Okay.
Go
Hey,
ahead, City.
yeah, I'm not surprised with what Traore did, because people have to understand West African military leaders, most of the guys that is founding in the military in West Africa, they are more of like kids that will grow up in a family and they will go to school, they won't go through education, they try all options in life. The family will say, okay, this guy is a stubborn guy, let's just put in the military. It's completely different from what in America. In America, you go to the military, you get GI Bill. If you are smart, you go to school, you get a career out of it. But a lot of time, people who serve in the military in West Africa are just a bunch of losers. People think that, okay, this is the only option that we can have for him. They'll just put him in the military. The example is the guy who is ruling in Guinea right now, Mamadi Doumbouya. He's not even a sixth grade student, right? He left, he went to France, he was in Holland, he couldn't get a document. Then he left from Holland, then he went to France, he joined Liaison military. They're almost like a missionary type of military that they have in France. That's why he joined. He came to Guinea. He overthrew the president. He killed almost 200 bunch of national guard, and now he's in power. So what he's doing right now, the traditional military that was there, he's killing all of them, and then he banned all the political party and and created a political party on his own, like what Samuel Doe did, and then he let himself into power. Right. This is the same thing. Even the example is in Sierra Leone, right? Valentine Strasso and Mada Bio, when Mumu was in power, instead of them fighting the war, they refused to fight the war. They jumped on the president, they overthrew Mada Bio Kim, he overthrew Valentine Strasso. The same thing over and over and over. This is the same thing that we go through in West Africa all the time. it's so sad that people always support military leaders in Africa, specifically West Africa. These are just bunch of losers, kids that have no other options in life just to join the military. These are the people that will find ourselves being our leaders, right? The same thing in Ivory Coast right now. This guy, how do you call it, Alassane Ouattara, he want to stay in power. He want to put his brother there, Ibrahim Ouattara, to be the president of Ivory Coast. Now he's the defense minister. At the same time, he's the vice president for the country. So he think in case when he die, his brother can replace him. We go through this all the time, all along, every time West Africa go through this struggle, right? So I don't know how we're going to get out of this. This is so sad. Even in Mali, Assimi Goïta, he fired the prime minister recently when he mentioned that, well, we have to have an election. He got rid of his prime minister because he mentioned that he want them to have free and fair election. But they will always come up with an excuse that, well, the country is in war, we can go to election right now. But a lot of time when you see any country that is in civil war in West Africa, specifically going through war, when the military take over, they will never fight war anymore. They feel comfortable, they don't want to die anymore, and they will be looting the country resources, harassing innocent civilians, and we go through this all the time, all the same struggle over and over and over. And I don't think if Ibrahim Traore is going to leave peacefully, the only way that he's going to leave power until someone come in and overthrow him. That's the only way he will leave. And this is so sad.
Man, hurry up and talk. Finish talking, man.
Let me pass the mic to Delaware. Go ahead, Delaware.
First of all, I don't know why we keep talking about this. Any black men, women that's against Traore at this point are slaves. Slaves. Does anybody really following what the hell is going on over there? When he was ready to step down, the people of Burkina Faso say, hell effing no, you don't. Okay? They said, hell effing no, you don't. They the one who forced him to stay, right? And then he realized himself that this country is not stable yet, right? So he gave himself, he said it will take 5 more years. You see what I'm saying? To get the country stable. You see, why didn't anybody was saying nothing when all these France and US back motherfuckers was in Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali? How come no one spoke out then? You see what I'm saying? The people want Traore there. The people want all the rest of the AES leaders. They want them there. You understand what I'm saying? They want them there. Anybody. Did he dissolve the thing? He should have dissolved them and shot them for treason. You see what I'm saying? They should have been shot for treason. That's what I would have done. I would have shot all of them for treason.
So Delaware, the opposition parties, you would have shot them for treason.
Shot them for treason.
Oh Lord!
For being a bootleg N-word. I didn't say it. You see what I'm saying? Is anybody really following development? Building roads 24/7, hospitals, schools, housing. I mean, what the fuck? What kind of people you guys want over there? What type of people?
Not to mention when the democracy was there, all you get was potholes and mud huts and crap. I mean, what had a Europeanized democracy done for the country? He's still practicing democracy.
Not a damn
he's
thing.
giving all the power to the people.
Let me just finish. Did anybody see or anybody know that America, through this embassy, is going over there begging to be in good company with Traore and with the rest of the European Union? They dropped Burkina Faso and Mali from the so-called terrorists, right? The European Union was just over in Niger just a minute ago, right? Begging. They came begging to do any effing thing to get in their good grace. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all something. America recognize strength only. They only recognize strength. If you're weak, they're gonna pounce on you, and the more you give in to them, the more they pounce on you. That's how they work. When you stand up to them, they respect you more. Okay? You guys gotta stop this bootleg. I want to say the word, bro, but I ain't saying it. Bootleg.
Okay.
It goes
Okay?
back to Amos Wilson. The only
Bro, no. Let him finish. I gotta pass the mic. Go ahead, Delroy. You got 30 seconds, Delroy.
Right. So what I'm saying is, people just look at the development. Look at what's going on in these countries, right? Look at what they're. Do you guys knew when Troy was dissolving license for different companies that had license and renegotiate and stuff like that? Do you know they were their ally? You see what I'm saying? The people that the number one country that's helping them, which is Russia. Do you know they also dissolve Russian license? You see what I'm saying? Everybody, and renegotiate a license with companies from Russia also. They did it to everybody. It didn't matter who. You see what I'm saying?
All right,
you guys got to see what the hell is going on. Trump invited Troy to Washington. Okay, of course he didn't go, but he invited him there. Strength, recognize strength, and that's it.
I gotta pass the mic. Go ahead, Osiris, and after that, Aphrodite support. Go ahead, Osiris, and mute yourself. Osiris, go ahead. Osiris, unmute yourself. Okay, I don't know.
Delroy tell nothing but lies. Trump never invited.
I got to
America. Your little punk ass up, man.
I got $100 if you find where Trump invited Traore
to the United States. He did.
Okay.
That's what the cracker did, to be honest. I mean, nobody.
I'm gonna take Brandon up on his bet.
Dumbass.
I gotta pass the mic to Aphrodite support. Go ahead, Aphrodite support.
Can you hear me?
You kind of you're on your.
Can you get me?
You're on your Obama phone, but we're gonna go ahead.
Yeah, I'm out and about. Point of correction, Brandon. Ever since Adamo came to power in Gambia.
Aphrodite, are you on your headset or Bluetooth? Can you talk directly into the phone, please?
Yeah. Let me do the phone directly. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Your Obama headset is not it. But everyone, please.
Can I say something while we're waiting?
Well, I'm talking first. Everyone,
okay.
Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like and share. I'm gonna put the link in the chat room. Link's gonna be in the chat room. Let Aphrodite get it together real quick so we can hear him.
Can you guys hear me now?
That's better. Go ahead.
So point of correction, Brandon gave a synopsis about Gambia where he's wrong. Adama Barrow is a civilian that was voted in 2016. Jammeh was the one that did a coup in 94. He was finally removed after 22 years. Since Barrow came to power, not a single opposition person was locked up. The people are free. They have so many political parties. So there's no issue over there. In Senegal, the issue they had was, even Abdoulaye Wade, they have two-term limits. He tried to, override it to put his son there. They went to the streets. Macky Sall tried to do the same thing. And the people also went to the streets about that. But in Burkina Faso, when you look at Ibrahim Traore, I'm surprised he didn't disband, the opposition, the other political parties when he came in. When the military takes over, for example, he's a smart, intelligent man. This CD guy saying the military in Africa, they are losers. Maybe in his country they are. Traore did not join the army till he graduated from college. So he had his degree, he went and joined the army. So this is a smart person we're talking about. And you got to look at their condition. He came in during a wartime, and these people, they are going through war as we speak. they've had several leaders within a short period of time who could not stabilize the country, because the former leader they had, Blaise Compaoré, he made a deal. He made a deal with these rogue people. He would allow them to come in and stay in Burkina Faso. Even Charles Taylor was there on orders to allow them to operate from there, but they wouldn't touch Burkina Faso and keep it in peace. So once they removed him, now Burkina Faso refused to accept their land to be used as a staging point. They turned the guns on them. So Traoré, before he came in, they lost literally what they held was only 40%. So he removed Damiba, they pushed back on the jihadis, and they are making lots of progress. The people are with him. It's not like the usual, like in other countries where, the leader makes a coup, they start maltreating the people and the people are against him. No, the people there, they support him. And sometimes you have to arrest the opposition. You have to disband them because they commit treason. These people, the only thing they care about is their own interest. They don't care about the population. So they start conspiring with, outside forces against the sitting government. Because, even saying going against the military, this is the Western media pushing this, saying, no, you got to do it our way, meaning they have to accept, the candidate that they give to the people of Burkina Faso. And in this case, that cannot work because somebody like him is helping the country stabilize. There's no bombings taking place in their cities. This was taking place prior to him. So this is why the people want him there. And, disbanding the political parties, that's necessary because they don't need to be having political activities like that at this moment. They're in a building stage. They're trying to stabilize the country, and the majority of the population is with it. These countries, like Brandon is saying, they are always destabilized. Do you understand that this opposition are the ones that destabilize these countries? This is not about, democracy.
They're not the ones, bro. They're not the ones.
No, I'm saying sometimes.
France is the one. Say the name. France. Them. America. Them.
Well, France is using those people as proxies, to create to destabilize the
right. So say it like that.
Yeah. So therefore, if you're just like the coup that just, the attempted coup that just happened in Burkina Faso, Damiba got arrested. You have some other businessmen and other military people, they got arrested. This does happen. So you cannot say the guy is a dictator for countering people that want to topple his government. Even in the United States, if you do that, you would be countered. This is what happened. It's not because they are, it's an African thing. It is what it is.
Yes, and I would thank you.
Dinus, can I go now?
Well, I'm the new speaker.
No, it's Shaw's turn. But so
Can I respond?
No, let me pass it to Shaw. Hold on, guys. Let me pull. I want to. So Brandon said that about the Trump inviting. Hold on, let me put it in there. So I fact checked it. It said that wasn't true.
Mm-hmm. Can I respond to this?
So I'm going to speak right now, and this
wait,
is
hold on,
Dinus.
It's true, Dinus. It's true,
Dinus. Hold on. What, Mike?
You Google it. You Google it. Is that what you did?
Hold on. Don't worry. Put your link in the chat room.
Dinus.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my submission.
But
Dinus, whenever I put stuff, whenever I send stuff to you, you hardly read it.
Okay, all right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Don't worry. You have my word. Put the link to your source in the main chat, in the private. Put it in the private chat, and then we'll review it. Go ahead.
Where did you get your link from? What do you Google it?
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. So no, excuse me, sir. He said that I'm no, sir. No, sir.
Brandon, let Shaw talk. Go ahead.
Thank you,
Is this the dude in the
Dinesh.
wheelchair?
So what I wanted to say is that what we found out, this conversation we've been having in depth in other social media, and there are people who have family in Burkina Faso who are giving us information. Their family is involved involved. They're living there, and they have members that are in the military. And so we've been getting information about Mali from people who have family there. And one of the things that some of my brothers that are not so in agreement with how things are going, they think that what's the brother's name, Traore, is not doing as good of a job as is being said. In fact, that insurgents have taken over a large amount of more than what is being said. And then here's the kicker. A couple of years ago, there was a village that 200 people had been, were killed, women and kids and folks, and Humanitarian Watch had reported on it. And so they brought that up as one of the things that had happened, in Burkina Faso, that let us know that they really aren't, 70% have, recaptured 70% of the country from insurgents. So what I did is I went online and looked up Humanitarian Watch, the group that was, had reported
They
on it.
work for the CIA, bro.
Wait a minute. We can say that, but let me tell you what I found. I found that they had a new executive director named Federico something, who worked with another organization that was similar. And that organization was funded by this dude named George Pearson. And George Pearson was best friends or worked with, the John Birch of the John Birch Society. So look at the connection with just doing a little research. We found out that Humanitarian Watch Group was in fact being funded by people who are affiliated with John Birch Society, which lets us know that's a right-wing group that, that's a big fat zero.
Exactly.
Then the people, the brothers that are from Burkina Faso is telling us that they have 70% capture. Now listen to this. I just Googled I just did an AI search with this one I'm paying for, right? About the progress that's being made in Burkina Faso. And it mentioned some things, and it didn't mention the freeway. It didn't mention the hospital, but it did mention some other gains in their GDP. There's a lot of things that Traore has done, and that is being documented. So the thing that I'm hearing people on the panel saying that he hasn't done it, really hasn't been verified that he's done anything. I just saw a bunch of things that he's done and things that weren't even mentioned. And then last thing I want to say is that when you're having a revolution, it's not about democracy at this time. At this time, you have to do things to bring the country into a place of security, and they have a major security issue. However, those insurgents, as we know, are being set up by outsiders. And we found, they found that the guy.
Say the name.
Zelensky.
Say the name.
Well, I'm gonna give. Well, it's not just France. It's also
And U.S. And Europe.
Yeah,
and,
but no,
and Ukraine.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Ukraine.
Yeah, right. He just mentioned U.S. He just mentioned U.S.
Right.
And
So
Europe.
Ukraine is
Let
what
the
I
man
wanted to
finish.
mention. though. That's the one I wanted to mention.
Okay.
And then later,
Okay.
I'm gonna speak. I want to speak on this information I just found about Niger. I'll land right there. Thank you.
Dennis.
Hey, Dinus, can I go now? I just gotta.
Let it go around. Let it go around because you can't.
Hold on, Skywalker, you got a minute.
Okay. I just wanted to say that also Dr. Jahid Issi, or Asai, I don't know how you pronounce that last name. He's a professor from Medgar Evers College, and he's living in Burkina Faso right now. And he did like an hour live feed about a week ago. And he said that a lot of the people in Burkina Faso are compromised, meaning that they're working for France. A lot of people don't know this. And so like a lot of them are spies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, and it makes sense after Ibrahim Traore has captured this dude who's tried to pull a coup d'etat on him. Probably all kind of information done came to him to see how all these parties are acting, trying to destroy the country because they're trying to work for France and get money. It actually makes sense for him to dissolve the parties. And like I said, Burkina Faso, but Burkina Faso, what they're doing, even though they don't have a democracy, on its face, prima facie, even though they have a prima facie democracy. When you look at the conduct of the ruling party there, or of the military there, how they've given all the resources to the people are building roads, hospitals. You know, I mean, man just bought like 375 buses to get the kids to school. I mean, his conduct is democratic. A democracy doesn't have to have the face of a European democracy. And I yield right there.
All right, let me read these super chats. RNRTV1, thank you for $5 holla. Democracy is not African. We had chiefs, kings, and monarchs before. The Middle East and China don't have democracy. It's solely a Western concept. RNRTV1, thank you for $10 holla. Brandon has no idea what he's talking about. Burkina is changing the style of government because of constant corruption. They're looking at a one-party system. Go refinery, Faso, Mebo. What the hell you call that? Princess Niambi, thank you for $4.99 holla. The American founding fathers never wanted democracy. The AES doesn't need a Western style democracy at this current juncture. RNR TV1, thank you for $5 holla. Burkina Faso reclaimed territory, built arms and solar, launched Faso Mebo, created jobs. GDP grew 4% despite war. African resilience. RNR TV1, thank you for $5 holla. Burkina, okay, already read that.
Nice to hear.
Usman Kone, 7903. Thank you for $10 holla. Democracy is dangerous for a developing nation. The West will install a puppet and keep the country poor. Prince Niambi, thank you for $4.99 holla. Trump just invited out Shahar, the new leader of Syria, who was an Al Qaeda terrorist. Defiant Brandon, thank you for $5 holla. I'm the only one who was willing to put my money on stuff I say. If the people support you so much, wouldn't now be the perfect time for elections? RNR TV1, thank you for $5 holla. Brandon Trump invited IB and Brigadier General Qasem Kalabi came to the White House in representation of IB because IB was too busy to travel. Just Google it. Okay, if that's the case, post the link of the actual. I'm sure that would be recorded in the White House. So I need to see the link of that in the video of that.
Dennis, it was not. I was trying to tell you, it's not an official invite. It was an official invite.
It's my turn to speak now. It's my turn.
No, it's my turn.
Hold on. Let Brandon go. But okay, when he
it's Al's turn. It's his turn.
No. But when he said it wasn't official, so you're saying that wasn't recorded. It was kind of.
But that's my brother.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't an official invite.
So there was no pictures taken. It was just kind of
No, it was no pictures taken, and it was through the embassy in Burkina Faso. America still have an embassy in Burkina Faso.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I thought he came to America. So you talking about they met at the embassy in Burkina Faso?
They never met at
no, they didn't meet. No. I said the American embassy in Burkina Faso.
What?
Okay. So hold on. Let me read this one more time. Brandon Trump invited Ibrahim Traore and Brigadier General Qasem Koulibaly came to the White House in representation. So you're saying that didn't happen, Delroy?
What didn't happen?
That the Brigadier General came to
No. He came there. I'm talking about Troy. Troy say he's not going. He refused to go.
But you're saying, you believe that the Brigadier General actually came to the White House.
That's what was reported. Yeah.
Okay. Is there all I'm asking? Is there a link? Any video?
No. Like I said, that's what was reported. I'm talking about Troy. I'm not talking about him anyway. I'm talking about Troy. Troy was invited, and he refused to go. As simple as that. You guys could laugh and go, hey, y'all don't know the hell what's going on.
Hold on, I got two more super chats. Prince Niambi, thank you for $4.99 holla. The U.S. has sent delegates to Burkina Faso 2025, including recently as this month as part of renewed diplomatic efforts. I believe that is possible. There's a picture.
It's not possible. It's there. They have the video of it there.
No, the video of them in there.
Guy, please post the link of the picture of.
Okay.
Trump.
Okay. Okay. I'll send you the video. Send it to
me. Okay. All right.
I will send you the video.
Who's next? Africa is next.
It's me.
Yes, please. If you don't mind. Yes, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Yeah, there's no how on.
Okay. All right. Thank you. First of all, you're wrong, Delroy. That was just fake news. It's all AI. Trump never extended his invitation with Traore.
Yeah,
Number two.
no. I'm gonna go with what I
Okay,
believe, bro. Okay,
you can go on there. Let me
just
just
go ahead
carry on
and
speaking.
go ahead
Okay.
and make your point. Go ahead, make your point. Because you used
Okay.
another slave, so make your point.
You're interrupting me. And also from my brother Siddiqui, what he said earlier, I agree with some of his points. Some of our military leaders in Africa, these are not the most educated people among us. You know, that is the last resort to go to the army. But however, you know, for example, the guy he mentioned in Guinea, General Doumbouya, he went to France and he did join the French Legion, and I think he went to Afghanistan twice and different other missions. And before he came to Guinea to become a bodyguard for the Alpha Conde, who spent all his life in prison fighting for democracy and freedom and human rights and equality in Guinea. And when he came to Guinea, he won the election. He rigged the election twice, and he wanted to have an extension of third term. And his bodyguard, this guy now, Doumbouya, said, no, you can't do it. And corruption was rife. You know, the military was badly. Guinea is known for their military in West Africa. You know, they're renowned. And he did not treat the military well. That's Alpha Conde. So, and this guy that's there now, he took him out. And I agree. I mean, like in Sierra Leone, we lived under the Sierra Leoneans might be here telling you the fact, right? We lived under Joseph Momo. Momo was a corrupt alcoholic who destroyed Sierra Leone. The police was badly equipped. The military was hardly non-existent. The president now, he was one of the guys that fought the war, right? I remember when Valentin Strasser took over when they get rid of Momo. For the first time in Sierra Leone history, in Freetown, we start having electricity. It was like some of these democratic leaders, what they have managed to achieve, you know, robbing our future in Africa. Sometimes it's ridiculous. However, I'm a big fan of democracy, but you have to be a democratic state with a strong institution where the people actually have more rights, and even the military is with the people. But most of the militaries in Africa, you know, you will find a few generals who are with the people, who are highly educated. But then you're going to find some who are the rogue ones. And then
So are you
problem
comparing Burkina Faso to Guinea and Sierra Leone?
Okay, Burkina Faso is okay. Burkina Faso right now, what you see is happening there is something that they entertained over the years. It was a breeding ground for terrorism in terms of, you know, destroying West African states like Liberia, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast. Most of the problems that we had in the far west.
I'm talking about currently though, with Ibrahim Traore. You comparing what Ibrahim Traore is doing?
Yes, I think the one in Guinea, the contract he managed to sign for the last 13 few years since he's been in power, he actually just managed to build, I think, the only two aluminium refineries in sub-Saharan Africa, and he got one of the biggest gold refinery in the continent that he built under his tenure, his current president, and in Guinea. And the roads network, he's actually connecting them very well. And the capital city, he have transformed Conakry. When he took power, the Sierra Leone currency was more valuable than the Guinea currency, and today it's the other way around. And Guinea is actually projected to be one of the strongest French-speaking West African countries in the next few years, not Burkina Faso.
I think we need to look closer. I think we need to look closer with alliances.
You don't understand
and what's going on in Guinea.
Okay, yeah, the Guinea alliance he did not put himself into one box like what the AES did. Okay, he said when he went to the UN, his speech is there for everyone to see. He said he's not going to ally himself to anybody. He said whoever wants to do business, he's going to do business with him. That's what it's about. He's not going to be saying, "Oh, I'm
not
just
influenced by France." You're saying that he's not influenced by France.
No.
You're saying that.
No, okay. Let me just tell you one thing. Can I finish?
Isn't it the one with the white woman?
Can I?
Yes.
No,
you the one with the white woman, right?
Yes.
Just because you have a white woman doesn't mean shit, right?
Man, shut your crap. Listen, bro.
His wife is in the
Now,
police force in France.
listen. We're not.
And also,
We
his
are
wife
not. We
is
are not.
his wife is French intelligence. His wife is French intelligence, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
let
His
exactly.
wife,
me
his wife
finish.
is the sister,
Delroy,
of Macron.
Don't bring that, Delroy,
He's
don't
the
bring that
sister
road
of
man talk here,
Macron.
man. Take that
All,
shit to the road. Let me just finish my
all we
point
have to
there.
do is Google
Um,
some real simple things about the
let me
relationships
just finish.
that.
Let me just
Okay, go
finish.
ahead.
You guys
Go ahead. Go
interrupting my
ahead.
conversation.
Go ahead.
Let the
Sorry.
slave
You
finish.
don't
Let the
have to
slave
like.
finish.
You don't have to listen. Don't ever you dare ever say that
Yeah,
shit.
Man,
But you
let the
don't have to
slave
know.
slave, I guess.
yo,
Okay, right. So the shut up. The current president there now, he have managed to achieve so much, and also he got the right companies who are going to be providing enough income for the country, to survive, and he can build infrastructure. That's what a leader is. It's about providing. In fact, the human rights abuses in Guinea have gone way down compared to when the civilian was ruling the country, as a president. So you guys can have your opinion about him personally, whatever personal beef you got with him, that's fine. Keep
You
it there.
know,
But I'm talking
any
about the political advancement and the economical advancement that he made, that he
but
managed to
anytime
achieve
you're
in the
doing
country.
good for the
But if you
people, really doing good for the
can I
people, it's you're
can you
not
shut your
doing good
mouth?
for
Shut.
friend.
You can
Your
come back when I'm
enemies
finished.
is
Also,
Stop
your.
interrupting me. Oh God,
also,
you're interrupting me
some
when I'm
things are
finished.
not
Yeah.
universal, bro.
Look at
Some things
that.
are not universal.
Should I
These
should
black
I should
these
I
black
be should
people
I
who
be
go to
should I
college,
be should
if
I
you're
be
not going to
interrupting you when
college
you're
for
speaking next?
universal
Yeah.
science, math,
What is wrong with
engineering,
this
those are
emotional
universal sciences.
females?
Politics is not a universal
Oh.
science. I mean, I have
You are
no
not
problem with black
listening.
people going
I'm
to
talking
school
about. I am talking. Stop shouting. Stop shouting. Stop crying. Let me finish speaking. Then you can speak. Right. I am talking about every country got what they suits them. You can't bring any system to all countries. Some countries civilian rule is better for them. Some countries military rule is better for them. Some countries you need the autocrats. Some countries you need the technocrats. Some
I'm glad you
countries you
pulled it
need
up.
different system. You cannot put all the system in one place and think you cannot import the Western style of democracy and put that in Africa, or you bring, you think any kind of military leader can rule a country without strategy. Okay, so these are the
Okay. So
facts.
what is Tory doing wrong for you? What is he doing wrong for you?
He's not doing. He's not doing anything wrong for me. I did not oppose Traore. You are the one that's actually sitting there, being so emotional, being a psychophant, not letting me speak and understand what the
Well, we're
point I'm
talking
trying
about
to put
Troway. We're
down.
not talking about Guinea. Talk about Troway.
We're talking about Africa, West
No,
African,
we're talking about
current.
Troway, bro.
Listen,
We're
I am
talking
from
about Troway
I am
right
from
now.
West Africa. I'm from West Africa. I lived there and I breathed there. I'm telling
Are
you
you?
what I
Are
lived
you?
and breathed. Stop, stop,
So
stop interrupting me. Can you just
so what do
stop?
you
Can
think
you
of
stop when I'm
Troway?
speaking? You can
What do you
come
think of
back when I'm
Troway?
done. Okay, Traore, I think when he started, okay, I wasn't sure about him. I opposed Traore. Okay, I'm one of the first people I used to dislike him because I thought he he took a guy out, yeah, in the middle of the war, okay, and there's no way I think he would have lasted that long because when you're in a war, we know what happened. The military officers always take each other out. But looking at what he done, what he have achieved for the last few years since he been there, I think he's done all right. Okay, and I wish he managed to finish, what he's doing without someone taking him out, or he can actually become, one day uncorrupted democratic leader. So people in Burkina Faso, if they think he no longer suits their need or they do no longer want him, so they have a choice to get rid of him, that would be nice. Okay, so I'm not totally opposed to all these guys. Assimi Goïta in Mali, he's facing a different problem, right? Because he's facing a separatist movement. People that want to separate, like what you call Biafra or what you call it's North and South Sudan. And the guy in Niger Republic, he actually living an easy life, which I think he's the weakest link in the Sahel out of the AES. And that shows because he's the first person that's been tested. And I've been saying this time and time and time.
Brother,
The
you are so
Niger
wrong
Republic.
about General Tiana. He's not weak. What are you talking about?
Hey guys,
No,
let me do this.
listen.
Let me respond to this. So somebody was saying that General one of the what's his guy's name? General Kasum Kalabi was sent on behalf of General Ibrahim Traore to meet Donald Trump. There's some truth to that, but basically he's just an ambassador to the U.S. Representing Burkina Faso. So
I rest my case. I rest my case.
Yeah. Oh
That's
God.
not how.
But
Okay.
I got to correct.
I'm not done talking. That's
All right,
not.
go ahead.
So Delroy, every country has an embassy in DC, just about. So when a new ambassador is appointed, they meet with the president.
Dennis, he was unofficially
Simple. Let me
invited.
finish. Let me land.
I'm talking. There's no unofficially invited. It's just this guy is the ambassador to the United States from Burkina Faso. In fact, so these ambassadors were newly appointed from Burkina Faso, Benin, Liberia, and other ambassadors, and they just met with Trump. I mean,
all right,
exactly.
Okay,
and
move on.
And when I said Niger Republic is the weakest link, I'm not saying General Chiami is the weakest link. Some people are so emotional; they don't listen. And Niger Republic is the weakest link because of Nigeria. And as I said this before, and I believe all this problem that's happening in the Niger Republic, you will not count Nigeria out of this. Because
I got. Let me pass the mic to Brandon. I got to pass it to Mansek and say James. Brandon, you got something to add?
No problem.
Brandon, we can't hear you.
Dinus, I just want you to share the screen that I'm sharing. You can let these dudes talk in a circular fashion all day. The reality is what works, what doesn't work. There are countries in Africa that are resounding success stories. None of them got to where they are through dictatorship. Every single country where dictatorship is ruling the day in Africa is a third world dystopian situation. The top brass own all the wealth, and the poor are growing increasingly poor every day. The only dictatorship I would support in Africa is probably Paul Kagame, which I can't call Paul Kagame a dictator. He's a duly elected, democratically elected president. He wins over and over again in elections, whether they're rigged or not, it really doesn't matter. And I understand a situation like Paul Kagame because Paul Kagame has a love for the country forged in military combat and victory, much like how a king will fight for a country and then they win all the battles and put themselves out there, and then their love for the country is undying, right? So like Paul Kagame, Rwanda's like his baby. He risked his life for that place to be where it is. This is not the same with Ibrahim Traore.
20 assassination.
Hey, can you shut this guy
20,
up?
20 assassination.
I let this guy talk as much as he wanted to.
20 assassination.
Listen, Dinus.
He's not risking his life.
Dinus, can you please? You cut me down.
Finish talk, but go ahead, talk.
You don't cut this guy down. Here's the thing. Paul Kagame, literally, even after he delivered Rwanda from the genocide, he still served under the president. He still served under some form of leadership. So he was patient enough to say, you know what, even though I'm the guy and I could just take over right now, he still showed people, hey, there is a need for a peaceful transition of power. That is what these West African countries, these dictators don't understand. They're brutish. They want to come in, throw this guy out. I'm taking over now, dissolve the Constitution. They basically reset their nation.
Like Alassane Ouattara.
They reset their nation every couple of years, and that's why these nations end up going nowhere.
Like Alassane Ouattara.
Bro, can I just get my point out? Like y'all talk
constitutional.
Yardman. This is all Brandon, you got 1 minute, Brandon. I got past the man.
That's fine. Can you put my thing back up? Because that's what the point I'm getting.
Nobody want to see it.
I've been really rudely interrupted. So listen, George Orwell right here said it all, and you could get any buck babbling Jamaican to say whatever they want, but look at the shape of their country. This right here, one does not establish a dictatorship in order to safeguard a revolution. One makes the revolution in order to establish a dictatorship. Traore led a revolution, took over the government. He promised Democrat elections under no pressure from anybody else. In time, since 2022, Democratic elections have been totally thrown off the table. This guy, he has like all these accounts. Oh, I bought 500 buses. This is when you're dealing with a country Buying 500 buses is nothing, and the buses were not bought to go towards schools for children. They were bought so that the government owned transportation company can make revenue for the government. This is devolving.
You dumbass.
This
No,
is
let her
devolving.
speak.
This
Stop
is
cutting him off, let her
devolving
speak.
into a traditional dictatorship. If he took the steps like Paul Kagame, I could support it a little more. But Abraham Traore, at this point, he hasn't shown the ability to really do anything other than secure control of all the means of production. And they keep talking about he's giving it to the people. If he was listening to the people, that's when you set up an election. You could create a republic. It doesn't have to be a democracy. I don't hear from the people. I hear people telling me what the
All right,
people
shut
think.
your slave trap now,
Listen,
bro.
I hear people.
Brandon, your minutes up, bro. Your minutes up. You got this white man, George Orwell, who's a fucking racist.
I hear
You know what I mean? You got this white man. You quoting one of the most racist writers ever, George Orwell. It's crazy, bro.
I hear people. I hear people telling.
Let him land, y'all. Let him land.
I hear people telling me how the people of Burkina Faso feel. All I know is in that country where everyone else has the internet to tell you how they feel, they not on the internet telling us how they feel.
You're lying.
Okay, but
All
they're
right.
right.
Oh God! Can you shut up?
No,
yeah,
this
so
is
you know the thing is
reality.
that the news was reporting.
Hey, can I say one thing before I get out, bro?
Shut up.
Yeah, this keep happening. Hold on. One mic. Every time you interrupt Brandon, I'm gonna give him an extra minute. Brandon, you got 30 seconds. Don't interrupt him.
Black people, they love fantasy, Diners. Black people think that the drug dealer in the hood is a hero. So when you listen to these dudes, understand black people have a worship of corruption and degeneracy, right? That's why every one of these dudes talking, if you go to their country, is degenerate and corrupt. So they see that as a win. They're going to try to make it good because that's what they deal with. Because most of these dudes and their forefathers and grandfathers are enough to do what these white dudes did, which was forge a equal.
All right, Brandon, I gotta pass the mic.
Shut up.
Can I say one thing before I get off?
Go ahead, man.
Definitely Delroy's granddad was a coon.
Brandon, I spit on you.
I
spit on you, Brandon.
Pass the mic to man say. Go ahead, man say.
Okay, so Brandon, I got you. I got one question for you, Monsieur. Parlez-vous français?
Do I speak French?
Oui, parlez-vous français?
Nope, but I could translate it on YouTube.
Okay.
I can get it translated on YouTube.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So how can you sit here on the panel and say that Burkina Faso don't go online talking about their government and is actually videos?
Show us where it is independent media.
Listen.
Don't tell me it's all over. Show us the channel.
Brandon, it's
Show us
on
the
Facebook.
channel.
Brandon, listen.
It's only on Facebook. People only create media on Facebook.
It's on
Are
X
we
too.
stupid now?
It's on X too.
It's not on YouTube.
Wait,
it's on X too.
It's not on YouTube.
Brandon,
it is on YouTube. You didn't wit.
Brandon, listen. Let me speak. It's on YouTube. It's on TikTok. It's on X, and it's on Facebook. It's all in French. For you to sit here, you're wrong. That's
Dinus, you seen it, Dinus?
But that's number one.
Have you seen it?
He does that all the time.
Hold on. So listen. And as far as
no, tell us where it is. Tell us where it is.
Listen, I'm speaking.
Google it yourself.
Hold on.
Brandon, I did not cut you off.
Don't interrupt, Brandon. Go ahead, man.
Okay, so also
let him finish, please.
You're talking about a dictatorship. I mean,
you lie.
Listen. I did not cut you off.
Lie. You're a liar.
Brandon, you're lying.
You're a damn liar.
Brandon, let him talk, Brandon.
Brandon, just tell us the channels. Tell us the channels.
Brandon, I will ask him that, Brandon. Let him finish. Go ahead, man.
Okay, thank you. So, like I was saying, he's saying that how IB is a dictator. So listen,
here we go.
The people decided to have him on.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Brandon, can you just be quiet for 2 minutes?
Can you stop lying for 1 minute?
Brandon.
Okay, so what do? Man, hold on, man. Say every time somebody interrupts you, you get an extra minute. So you got a minute and 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know how he's going to tell me about it if I have family that live in Burkina Faso. But anyway, like I was saying, the people decided to have him stay because he was only going to do 2 years. The people begged him to stay. So that being said, he's saying that how he has a dictatorship, right? What he's trying to do is he's looking at different styles of government. Like one of the governments he's looking at is the China style of government, which they have the one-party system, which they vote people's back in the office. But the problem is that they have the jihadist problem. So that's why they're trying to build the security and they're trying to protect their borders. And that's why the AES came together with Mali and Niger. So that's why they're trying to get that out the window. All right. And for the other brother that was talking about the president from Guinea named Naboya, I mean, it is alleged that his wife was an intelligence officer, and then he did call her a spy. So I need to correct you.
Can I
on that.
ask a question then? Since he asked me a question.
Dennis, can I say?
Dennis, can I say one thing before I get off?
Hold on, Brandon.
No, Dennis, this is my time, bro.
Brandon.
Say James is next. Go ahead, man.
Okay. And then
Dennis, can I go after him?
Golly, man. Wait,
man, you guys cannot let
chill
me
out.
speak.
Go ahead, man. Say.
So I was saying too, because
Dude ain't
also
saying nothing.
Dude, because you keep cutting me off. I can't even speak.
It's China. So China is the model government.
Man, say you got an extra minute.
Brandon, let the man finish, please, Brandon, please.
So it's China the model government.
Let me speak.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, listen,
Brandon, let him speak. Brandon, let him speak. Don't interrupt.
Like I said,
I'm begging you, man. Let him speak, Brandon.
All right. So, like I was saying, democracy is not the only style of government. Like
What's
I said, you
style?
have. Dude, come on. Let me speak, man. Just be quiet.
What's the other style?
Just mute him.
He just
mute him.
Brandon, man. He don't let me
Don't
speak.
interrupt. Nobody interrupt him. You got a minute.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Thank you.
Don't ask no questions.
Okay, so for example, the king of Saudi Arabia, they don't live in a freaking democracy. They have a monarch. China has a one-party system. Also, the same thing with Thailand. So democracy is not the only way. And for your information, he was talking about why he dissolved the other parties was because there's a lot of corruption. Because remember, you look at the history with Burkina Faso, they had coups after coups after coups after coups back to back. And then, for example, right, you look at Mali, right? You can laugh all you want, but you
so
can
is this a coup? Is this a
Dude,
coup?
Come on.
What's the difference between his coup and the other coup?
He doesn't have any impulse. Control.
Dude, let me speak.
You're speaking, but you're not saying anything.
Deal, because you keep interrupting me.
Brandon, okay, Brandon, this is what I'm gonna do. Brandon,
Brandon, you got like 2 extra minutes.
No, Brandon, I'm gonna remove you, Brandon. I'm gonna let the next people talk, and I'll bring you back, Brandon.
All right. So I was saying that so for example, Assimi Gorda, right? When he took out a coup the first time, he did the coup. And then he went to elections, and guess what happened? Corruption came back too. So he did the second coup, and now he's like, you know what? He dissolved all the parties. Niger did the same thing, and also IB did the same thing. Like I said, because they're trying to have a different style of government, but because of the constant corruption. Even with this recent coup that happened, do you know how many people got involved in this recent coup? I think almost 15, 17 people, and some of them are ex-politicians. One of the guys they arrested today was his name was Albert Ogiduago. He was the ex-prime minister. So there's a multitude of.
But my brother, I apologize. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No. Let me pass it to Say James. Go ahead, Say James.
Oh, but can I say one more thing?
You got 15 seconds.
Okay, so I was saying about what happened in Niger. Niger doesn't have a weak government. Like I said, they have the AS force. And what happened was those jihadists came to try to take the uranium. And what happened was they was well aware that they were going to come, so they wait for them to attack, and then they went and took them out. So 11 people got arrested and 20 got.
Can I ask you a question?
So that's it.
All right, I'll pass the mic. Go ahead, Say James.
Hi, I did not say weak government. I said weakest link. Weakest link and weak government is not the same.
Quiet. Go ahead, Say James.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and salute to the panelists. And I'm happy you brought this today because the news just dropped today, and I don't know how you picked it up. And it's still developing, and I'm glad you brought it for those people who are on the panel are rocking it, right? I respect a lot of point of views, and I respect Alpha when it came on. I was listening, and Adonis, there's a lot of things going on in the Sahel. I would love for you to put something that's positive that these people are doing, so people can call in. But most of the time, is
Thank you.
I feel like every time. It's something that people believe is bad that you're promoting here on your channel. I'm not sure. I don't know you that well, but I'm under the impression.
Say James, I can tell you right now, I disagree with him getting rid of the opposition parties. I can tell you that right now.
No. I'm going to get to it, but I'm under the impression that your channel only promotes something that is controversial when it comes to AES. You don't promote.
No. Say James,
I respect you, Donis, but I'm under the impression. That's my impression, right? But we can.
Go ahead.
Okay, but, the last time, right? Me and this dude that is sitting on your channel, he betted me, he lost and disappeared.
He never enforces.
What the hell is betting? He bet me.
Betted?
Oh,
You don't
bro,
even know
listen.
English.
Okay,
Giannis, I thought you was gonna keep
that's
branding
fine.
off.
That's
Go
fine,
back,
right?
go back to third grade, you moron.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Brandon, you brought the
That's
I
Brandon,
good.
you
work
say
for
he's gonna keep
I
him
work
off.
for
behave
retarded
yourself
children. I
because he's
work for
gonna
Oh
kick
my
you
retarded
off
God.
again,
children who
Brandon.
articulate
Hold on,
themselves
y'all.
better
Hold
than
on.
St. James.
Giannis, you
Brandon,
say you're
chill
gonna
out.
keep Brandon
Okay,
off.
hold on. Y'all, everybody chill out. Go ahead, say James.
Yeah,
Okay,
tell
you
us how
know,
I betted you.
oh God. Okay, Donis, control this before I speak. Because I
Go ahead,
didn't come
James.
on here for him because
You
he has a
pressed.
channel
All right,
every
go ahead,
time he speak on
Brandon.
AES.
I'm ready back up whenever you start. Go ahead. Go
Nobody
ahead.
listen to his channel when he talks about AES. He has to come on here to get his shine on. Nobody listen to him.
Say James. Just
Say
go.
James, carry
Go.
on,
Okay,
carry on
I'm gonna
talking
get
now,
back.
man.
I'm gonna get back. Okay,
Jeez.
I'm gonna get back to. You see, I would have loved for you, Donis, to put the names of this political leader in Burkina Faso. I can walk through them one by one. You see what I'm saying? Give you their resume, who they are, what they are, at what time they came to power, under which government. Most of these people came under Blaise Compaoré. The brutal dictatorship that we were under for 27 years, they came under that man. We know their resume, we know their pedigree. These people are the reason why we're in the West. You see what I'm saying? And for me coming from Burkina Faso, right? I'm no longer gonna go on a panel and tell you about what Ibrahim Traore is doing. The results are there. You can go on YouTube, like what the brother was saying. You can go on YouTube. Most people in Burkina Faso, Francophone Africa, they're not that big on YouTube. It's across the spectrum. They're not that big on YouTube. They are in Facebook, TikTok. This is where you can find them. And also we have the language barriers. Most of them are going to speak a different language than you do. So you're not going to understand exactly what they are saying. Maybe if you get a translator, they will tell you exactly what's going on. The idea that people in Burkina Faso are not in line with Traore is false. Last time when you checked Kadi's channel, I believe you were checking on his last channel that he had. I believe he has two channels. Kadi talks every day. When I wake up in the morning before I go to work, I see him online. I don't talk to him, but I see him. You can invite Kadi, and Kadi can take you anywhere in Burkina Faso, anywhere, and script it. And it will show you exactly what is going on in Burkina Faso. If you really want to do that, and you can ask the people in there what they think about Traore, they will tell you. You don't need my what I say, because people say I don't live there, right? Kadi is an American, he's a Black American. He doesn't get paid by me or anybody else to promote Burkina Faso.
Say James, this is my problem, say James. This is my issue.
Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
All right. Somebody that's willing to get rid of the opposition parties, will they allow?
I'm not done though, but you can come. That's fine. That's fine. I wasn't done, but I wasn't going to explain to you.
I'm the host.
Sure.
So someone who's willing to get rid of the opposition parties,
Mm-hmm.
they really allow like somebody like myself to come in and give and openly disagree with Traore. Like, can I right now go set up in Ouagadougou camera and say, "Hey guys, I completely disagree with this. I don't agree with it at all. There should be opposition party should be allowed."
Okay.
Do you think that can happen?
Okay. The decision that came today, I was trying to explain that when you alluded to this idea, right? The decision just came from the government. It's going to be sent to the parliament. Do you know that? They'll have to ratify it. Okay. It has to go to parliament, right? And then when they come back and they render a decision, if you listen to the press conference, getting rid of the political party doesn't mean Burkina Faso will no longer have a political party. That's what I was trying to tell you. We have to rebuild. We are going through the reform, all the reforms that are necessary that the country needs to be back on good tracks. That's what he's doing. Suppressing this political party again doesn't mean we will no longer have political party. We will have them, but we have to get rid of the corrupt. We have to get rid of these political people that created that situation. You cannot be part of the problem. Traore believe the new Burkina Faso. If you were part of the problem, you cannot be part of this anymore as a political figure. You cannot, because the way these people put us through, What these people have put us through, they have to pay for it. And we're going to make them pay. I'm sorry. We're going to make them pay. A lot of people have died. A lot of people have made poor decisions based on their political positions, and we're not going to let that fly. If you are a politician, you want to create a political party later on in Burkina Faso, and when we make these reforms and you want to come back, that's fine. We have no problem. But all these oligarchs that thought they can get away with things, it's not going to happen. That's why I wanted you to point out all these political figures in Burkina Faso. I would tell you exactly who they are. They're not priests. The former president, it was under Blaise Compaoré. He was his prime minister too.
It's a revolution, Dinus. It's a revolution.
He was a corrupt Haziel. So you're talking about people who destroy the country, and you don't want us to get rid of them. What do you think? You not having a political party doesn't mean you're not a citizen of the country. Traoré said, before you become a political leader, you have to be a good citizen of that country. Show me that you care. That's what he said. Show me that you care about your country first. When we get rid of that situation, when we create a new political system, you can come back. Most of them don't want to do it because they are too corrupt. They're too busy thinking we're going to come back to the old system, and it's not going to happen. So for the time being, we're going to go without a political parties, and whatever this guy doesn't like it, he can sit on his chair and fart in his face. Nobody cares. You see, the Western ideals, right, doesn't apply to Burkina Faso. That's what some people don't understand. It doesn't apply to us. The way we try to move with our situation is going to be different than what the Western people are doing. And it's going to rob a lot of people in the wrong way. And I get it. Somebody like this dude, right, on this channel, he can talk about AES. He's going to have 300 views. So he's not relevant. His opinion doesn't matter, and what we decide, right? Kadi can tell you over majority. If an election is held in Burkina Faso, this guy will get 99% of the vote. And that we know it. So it's not even a debate, right? But we want to build first, reform our system, all of them, and give the voice to the people first, what they want. Do you want 2 political parties? Do you want 1? Do you want 3? We can do this through a referendum.
They don't care if it becomes destabilized. They just want it to be a democracy. They just want it. They don't care if it's destabilized or anything. They just want it to look like a. And I'm not saying you, Dinus. I'm not. Punching on you. No.
I just think that I just don't understand what's getting rid of the opposition party.
But can I say something?
Castro didn't do that during Cuba. Castro didn't do that.
City want to say something.
Like we don't want Burkina Faso to be Cuba. Trust me.
No, but I mean, the people were better off than when the casinos was running shit country.
Cuba.
Hey, let me say this.
Can I say one more
thing?
Let's see this.
We gotta stop.
Black people are on the bottom of the Batista, and black people are on the bottom of the.
Can I say something?
Hey, Dinus, can I go real quick?
Well, no, actually, Osiris is next. Go ahead, Osiris.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I go out, Osiris?
That's fine. Go ahead, Osiris.
Everybody can hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this is what I want to say. The 3 leaders in the AES never came to power saying that they're here to promote democracy. They didn't come here and say, "Yo, we're here and because the electoral system is really bad. We want more democracy. This and that. That's not the main purpose." If you really look at the climate in which all of these coups happen in those countries, and even in the geopolitical context of West Africa itself, you're gonna understand that this is more of a revolution in the sense of we're tired of all these things that's been happening to our people for so long. Not just jihadis, it's not just the simple things like that's going on in 2025. It's a change of the system that's actually being initiated in this. It's a complete revolution, and in honesty, the only way this will continue is if these leaders are able to implement ways for their politics to survive after their lives, because they shouldn't make these new reforms or revolutions just just survive like on the basis of like under their names. These should be like revolutions that make a brand new starting point for all of our grandsons, grandchildren. See, I'm
Okay.
from Senegal, right?
Oh.
And I can say that like democracy has worked like somewhat good in my country, because now we have a leader that people kind of respect, and honestly, I'm not political. I only listen to political leaders who are gonna tell me we need to decolonize ourselves, because I'm like I wouldn't even vote if I don't hear that kind of speech when people are doing the campaigns. That's the only thing I'm voting for. Like I don't, because
Yeah, we
I think
know.
like all the I think all the other debates is secondary stuff, because like I think
Right.
we us as African people, we need to take our ego back. It's a matter of dignity.
Right.
It's a matter of ego.
Right.
Yeah.
I
It's a
agree with
matter
Well,
you.
of
Donis, let me ask you a
Okay,
question,
Donis, can I
Donis.
go now?
French.
Can I ask you a
Let me
question,
ask Donis a
brother?
question
What's the
first.
difference between?
Oh, Cyrus isn't done yet. Oh, Cyrus, you done?
Don,
Listen,
Okay, I was going to
it's a
ask him a
matter
quick
of
question.
coming
That's
here
all.
and saying
Donis said I could go
like
next,
the
bro.
AES.
Oh,
French is
golly,
not
man.
our
Osiris ain't
official
done yet. Go
language.
to Osiris.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah,
We
I
hear
hear you.
you,
Go ahead.
bro.
It's a matter of coming
Unfortunately,
here and
yes.
saying French is not our official language anymore. That's the kind of stuff I'm trying to hear. It's a matter of coming here and saying we need a common currency that we use among us to trade, and we're gonna base that onto gold, and we're gonna promote trade among African nations for economic sovereignty. That's the fight. That's the real fight.
You
If
don't
I
even
don't
have
hear
an
that,
army.
I'm not interested in voting. Let me tell you this.
You
If
don't
I
even
don't hear
have
that,
an army.
I'm not interested in voting.
You don't even have
Because
an army.
what?
What country is he from?
Brandon, come on, chill out.
Senegal.
But all of that, but all of that is part of what I'm saying. A strong army, with nuclear weapons like North
So why
Korea.
aren't you guys part of the
That's
AES?
I'm
If
not.
that's
I'm
the
not
case.
deciding. I'm not.
No,
I'm
I'm
not.
just
I'm not
saying,
deciding.
you
I'm
know,
not
you
the
mentioning a
president.
strong army and you
Dinus, you got
mentioning
to interrupt him like you interrupt me. You got
my
I'm not the
bad, my
uninterrupted
president. If I
bad,
talking.
was
my
the pre-
bad, my
let me tell you,
bad,
if
my
I was
bad.
the president, of Senegal, we will be part of the AES. We'll have really strong ties with the AES at the very very least. I think every African nation in that region should support the AES like tremendously,
They
because
won't because they don't want accountability to anything.
the AES represents what we need to stand for as Black people
Now I
in
agree with that, Brandon.
2025.
They
Period.
don't want to. They will
Do you hear
never
what I say?
join
The
it because
AES represents
dictators
what
do
we
not
need to
want to be
stand
held
for as Black
accountable by
Brandon,
people
why
in
you keep
anybody.
cutting them
2025.
off? Let
Period.
him speak.
When everybody else was cutting them
AES.
off, nobody said
That's what we
nothing.
All right,
need
y'all.
to
This is what
stand
I
for
do.
as Black
I'm
people
sorry. You
all
got
over
1
the
minute.
world in
No one interject.
2025.
Okay, Scott. Go ahead, Skywalker.
It's never been about
Okay, now
democracy.
Donis, you didn't
Donis,
let me
brief,
answer your
Hold on,
question.
brief.
I had a
hold on.
question.
Brandon,
Hold
when you
up.
were
Let the
talking
brother
about
have his minute. Let him have
I
his
have a
minute.
question for you.
Well, hold on. Go
I have 20
after
seconds.
Skywalker. You can ask your question. Go ahead, Osiris. You got a minute. Hurry up.
Brandon, when I heard you when talking, you said what works and what doesn't work. And let me tell you this: what we observed as Africans for what works in the sense of what's efficient, it's never been democracy. Democracy has worked for
That's a lie.
in other places. No, that's not a lie, because
There are
guys, listen,
democracies in
you
Africa that
have
are
to look at
thriving
history.
right
You have
now.
to look at history. Listen, are
There
you
are
educated?
African democracies thriving right now.
Like
Listen.
Uganda,
The
You
And how
know
worst
much
about the
countries
money?
in
Mali Empire.
Dinus,
like
the
If
worst countries
Cameroon,
in
And how
Africa keep
Do you
saying
know about the
democracy
Mali
don't work
Empire?
for
Do you know
us
about the
when there's
Mali
like
countries
Empire?
Ivory
thriving with
Do you
Coast.
know
democracy.
about ancient Egypt?
yeah,
Do you
but how
know
much
about
Bro,
corruption is there in those
I
go
countries?
back
don't
to
know
know.
your
about the
Benin,
original
Egypt? Those
statement.
were not
Go back to
Ivory
your
democracies
Coast.
original
themselves, and
statement.
those are the only things that
Osiris,
are worked for us
Osiris,
so far since
Osiris,
history
go back
started.
to your
Are you
original
listening to me?
statement. Yes, I am. But go back
We
to your
have
original
Hey, Donis,
Can
statement.
he
can I
land his
go?
point?
Oh man. All right,
not
y'all.
seen
Osiris, you got
since
30
the
seconds. No
beginning of
one interrupt.
history
Osiris, you got 30
an
seconds. No one
African
interrupt.
civilization the democratic African civilization that can rivalize with ancient Egypt or the Mali Empire. It doesn't exist. And that's what success means to
You're living in
African
the
people,
past, dude.
because we have never been that far in civilization since those empires were defeated. Are you listening? democracy has not ever worked for us. Never.
There
Ever.
are African democracies right now that are thriving and stable and growing. So
They're
what are you
not
Bro,
talking
thriving.
about?
you talking about the
Next.
exception, Brandon. He's talking about
That
the
ain't no
rule.
exception.
Next.
I can say that.
That ain't no
I'm
exception.
from Senegal.
Next.
You're not teaching me.
That is not an
Oh,
exception.
y'all, golly.
You're not
Dynasty,
Dynasty.
is my goal. He
Listen,
had his minute.
I'm muting
And I know
everybody.
this.
I'm muting
Omo
everybody.
Oba, can you
Brandon,
clear this up?
I'm muting everybody.
Senegal
Everybody be
has a
quiet.
very strong
Osiris, you got 30
democracy
seconds,
compared to a
Osiris.
lot of to a lot of African nations. That is true. It's been working for us. And I only say this because the last government shift has been somewhat in the agenda that we need to put ourselves in order to survive as Black people. Because the president is coming in here and saying we're gonna take control of the of all of our natural resources. We're gonna change it ourselves, and then we're gonna sell it ourselves. That's the kind of speech
And
I
that's
want to
bad.
hear from my
All right,
president.
I gotta pass the mic now. Go ahead,
No,
We're not
Skywalker.
talking
my
about that.
question is,
Okay.
as my question,
Okay.
Dennis.
Dynasty,
No,
3 days.
golly, you can ask your
Oh
question.
my God.
Skywalker, you got 1 minute, Skywalker, and I can pass the mic to Bill to ask the question.
Okay, 3 things. Hey, Dynasty, China had to have a cultural revolution to get rid of all the corruption. 2, it's education. Black people need to, when we go to these Western colleges, we need to
China
go
has
to
no
these.
corruption.
Hold on, bro. We need to
I'm
go to
asking
these
you,
Western.
the China guy with all that corruption.
Stop, Brandon.
Hold
Skywalker, let
on,
him
bro.
talk.
God damn. Okay, so yeah, the second thing, Don, is Africans, when they go to these Western colleges, I would recommend that they go to Western colleges for universal sciences like engineering, math, biology, and stuff like that. Politics and social, those are not universal sciences. What works for one group ain't gonna work for the next group. So we gotta stop going to these Western colleges and studying their science of politics and then bringing it over to Africa and thinking it's gonna be applicable. That's not the case. We work differently. And the third thing is Amos Wilson. Amos Wilson said that we got to stop having like this moral flaw of power, thinking that it's kind of moral, it's morally tolerable to be weak and to be poor. No, we're supposed to be after power. Even Nietzsche, the German philosopher, talked about a will to power. There's nothing wrong with that. We're supposed to be at the power. It's our lack of power that got us in this predicament. And people like Assimi Goïta, Traore, and Chiani, they are on an actual will to power, and the people need to be supporting them. And I'm out of here, guys.
Go ahead, Delroy.
All right, Dennis. Okay, getting back to the opposition party.
Mm-hmm.
What would you still support an opposition party that was compromised by outside forces?
No.
Right. That was my. That's all I need to say. That's it.
That's what you're supporting,
Next.
Dennis.
May I speak?
That's what
next?
you're supporting.
Let it go around.
Okay, hold on. If you could prove that every single opposition party is
oh Lord
in cahoots with
The top political party that can win an election now, like I told you, all of them were under Blaise Compaoré, very corrupt. The former president of parliament of the former political party, he fled the country. He fled the country.
Okay, say James, there's over 100 that they.
Some of these political parties are not even existing. Out of the 100, some of them can't even hold 100 people in one room. They're not even.
I disagree. I disagree.
Okay.
I think
I said out of the 100, some of the political parties cannot even hold 100 people. The top political party in Burkina Faso is only 3 of them. It's only 3 of them.
James, let
The main
the next man talk.
Yeah,
I
think the rotation is mine, gentlemen, if I may.
No, I think it's CD. CD, I haven't spoke.
Let me speak,
Yeah,
bro.
Okay,
Come on.
I'll acquiesce to CD.
Go ahead, CD.
Yeah, I have a quick question for AES, right? I'm not against AES. If AES want to stand on their own and, not to deal with the West, why they stay keeping CFA franc? Because the reason I'm asking this, back in the days, Secretary of Guinea resisted France. They said they're not going to use France CFA. They said they're going to use franc Guinea. Up to this time, that's the currency they're using. Mali tried it during the time of Moussa Traore. They failed. They gave up CFA. They couldn't function. The economy crashed. Everything went down in Mali. They have to go back to CFA. So the only time I will know that AES is really serious is because you got to know
They're working on the
CFA.
currency right now.
CFA right now, the headquarters is in Abidjan, right?
They're working on the currency right now, a new currency.
Can you
Listen,
shut
that's what I'm
up? Can
saying.
you
I'm not
shut
saying
up?
if
You're annoying.
none
Yo,
of this
fuck
can because Mali
you,
tried before.
bitch.
Mali could not move.
Come on, guys.
Mali
Come on, guys.
Okay,
economy
I got
crashed.
a question for you.
So I
Which
want to
country
see
are you
if they
from?
can go and do
Which
it.
country are you
No,
from?
no. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Because I want to speak after he finished. Go ahead, finish, CD.
So the reason I'm asking this is because I'm familiar with Ivory Coast. I'm familiar with Guinea. I'm familiar with Sierra Leone. I went to school in Sierra Leone. I went to Forabe College in Sierra Leone, but I'm a Liberian,
Oh,
right?
okay. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm familiar with. APC. I know about APC,
APC, SNPP.
Stevie, Joseph Momo,
Yeah.
Strasser, and
Yes.
all of
Yes.
that. When it comes to
Yes.
do
Right.
Guinean
Yeah.
history, I know much about Guinean history. The reason why
Yeah.
one of the Burkinabe
Let him
was
Yeah.
finish.
saying
Let him finish, please.
the reason why Blaise Compaoré gave the way to because a lot of Burkinabe fight the Liberian War. They were fighting for Charles Taylor and the Gambians,
It's not
right?
a lot. It was not a lot. I'm sorry. It's not a lot.
That
It
I'm
was not
saying
a
they
lot.
were. So the
St. James,
reason why
that's
they
a
use
lot. A lot of them.
It was
the,
not a lot. I'm
a lot
sorry.
of
Come
them
on,
were
It's a
gentlemen.
fighting.
lot.
It's
A
his
lot of them.
Loads
submission,
of them.
gentlemen.
It was not a
Over
lot of them.
50%. Over
That's
Gentlemen,
a lie.
50%, man.
That's a lie. That's
it's
a lie.
his
Shut up.
submission. Can he
Shut
Can
up.
I
Let the man
finish?
finish?
speak.
And I'm
Janice,
going after he
can I
finishes.
finish?
Yeah, you need to.
So the reason why they it was first of all it was Ofui Boye that had influence on Blaise Compaoré when he overthrows Thomas Sankara. And I know Thomas the Taylor rebel was involved. When they overthrew him, they used Burkina Faso as their base to attack from Liberia, right? But most of the training was done in Libya and from Libya, then they came to Burkina Faso. Because the same lady that was married to Blaise Compaoré was the same lady that was married to the late Tobo's son. So when William out of trouble, when he killed him, Samuel Doe killed him, but Ofubanye plead for his son-in-law that they should not kill A.B. Tobo. With all the pleading, they wanted to kill him, right? They killed him. That's why Ofoi and France, including Blaise Compaoré, they all recruited to support Charles Taylor to fight the Liberian War. But they failed to realize Taylor had different motive, right? Even though he is American Liberian, right? He's one of the returnees, not indigenous Liberians. He was even first of all, he was a GSA director for Doe. So he stole the Liberian government money and flee to the US. But because he was American Liberian, Ofoi thought that he was part of the Tobo group, right? They gave him the access to Ivory Coast, to Burkina Faso. He came and fight the law in Liberia. Then he went, he attacked Sierra Leone. So all of these things, I have not seen any military leader, any military government have come into power in Africa that have fight a terrorist group or that have fight the rebel war and settle and bring peace to that particular nation. I've not seen that. It has never happened in any part of the world. Because the reason
And this
is
is coming
the
from West
military,
Africa,
when they
the
come
true
into
West
power,
African.
they feel very comfortable. They will be driving expensive cars. They will be living a luxury life. They will forget about fighting
Sure, we're
war.
driving
And it
expensive car.
always happen.
Man, shut your
Yeah,
trap, bro.
So that's what I'm
I've been lived
telling
in
you.
West Africa before, Yardman.
Okay.
All right,
Yardman, I've been lived in
Let
West
let
Africa.
I gotta pass it to
Shut
Shaw.
your trap.
I gotta pass it to Shaw. After Shaw is, I'll press more. I'll pray more. Go ahead, Shaw.
Okay, so
Après
thank
moi,
you,
after me.
CD, for that. It's kind of hard to hear the contiguous, of the conversation when interject. And I'm speaking myself too because I've been interjecting sometimes too. But Dynas, you're doing a great job. This is a really passionate group of panelists, and it's hard because we all have strong personalities. But I want to say that in the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been watching the development of this currency between the three countries, of them setting up central banks and all these things. I'm hearing these reports. So it looks like they're working toward getting free from the CFA. Democracies. Let's look at the democracies that are happening right now. Togo, that's a farce. The guy just rechanged the constitution so that he's now a part of this new parliament, and he sits on a seat that he can never leave off of. It's a farce. Paul Biya killed his opposition, right? He's 99 and plus, he's 200 years old, can barely walk, living in France. That's a farce.
And
You
he's the
got you
president.
got Museveni. He's been in office for 40 years, and he's trying to get his son to like he's in a monarch. This is also what are we? That's democracy. I mentioned 3 democracies. We watched the Nigerian democracy where they cheated, and you could see the discrepancies when they're loading up their votes in the INEC system, and it breaks down and some shit. It's obvious, like visibly, you can see the problems with that from an outside. Me just looking at their regular news. Alassane Ouattara constitutional coup when he changed the constitution so he could stay in office longer. How many democracies did I just mention? 4 or 5? And these are democracies y'all talking about. You know, it's not a democracy. This is what's happening in Africa. This is why we're saying that is not what Africa needs right now. What they need right now is what Traore, Goita, and Chiani is doing. Short of that, we ain't gonna be able to take it to the next level because we have the same problem over and over again. We got complicit oligarchs that are puppeting for the Western world, and they're extracting, and we're going
Don't
nowhere. The
forget
people
about
are
the
poor.
dude in Equatorial Guinea. You didn't mention him.
Man, I mean, and the bongos. Look at the bongos in Gabon. That's ridiculous too. The cousins now in power.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and we never hear about Brazzaville, Congo. We never hear about that.
Yep.
Cheesecake over there, Cheesecake. I call him Cheesecake over there across the water, right? What is he doing? It's just like
The king in
I'm done.
Eswatini. The king in Eswatini.
I'm done.
All right, let me pass the mic to Opera Small, and then we're done. Opera Ma, go ahead. Opera Ma, go ahead. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. La Dule. I don't know. Go ahead.
No, tonight's overall. Say some overall.
Yeah, we're about to close out.
Yeah, I know, but let me say some overall. Right?
Can we go around like 1 minute each? Is that right?
No. I want to go. Everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. But till next time, family, Don is Minister for Rupees.
Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.